It's Monday. It's too early. I don't even have any caffeine. I just have water. Hi, and welcome to the very first segment of Kristen's Tips. My name is Kristen Bowen, and I'm a first grade teacher at Eastside Elementary School. I will be creating video segments that have tips and tricks that I've learned in the past only 2 years of teaching. Today's first tip is my classroom management plan, and I utilize a clip chart. Alright, so this is my clip chart. A lot of people have clip charts and a lot of people know how to use them, so I figured this one will be familiar with a lot of people, but I just wanted to go over it and talk about why I like it and why I use it in my classroom. Every student starts the day on green, which is in the middle here. I like this clip chart a lot because they can clip both up and down. Up being positive behavior rewards and down being consequences for poor choices. So when I get a new student or at the very beginning of the year, I explain, everyone starts their day ready to learn, which is green. If you choose to make good choices and I catch you following directions, following our classroom rules, doing a really good job, helping a neighbor, sharing, doing all these things that I would consider good behavior, they get to clip up. And each step up with the chart has a reward or a positive consequence attached to it. When you clip up to blue, that's just an intrinsic reward. It's just like saying, you know, good job, pat on the back, you did it. They have a chart that they color in to report home every single day, so their parents will know that they clip up. I can talk more about that chart later on if you'd like. If I see them doing a good job again, they get to move up to purple. Purple is a step beyond just a pat on the back. I give them a sticker and what we call here a fish cash, which is like money that you can give them and then they get to buy treats and stuff. If they move up to pink, which for me, I might have 1 or 2 kids be on pink a week. It's not something that happens to a lot of people or very frequently. It's really an extra special reward for that kid who is just like going above and beyond, doing a good job. And pink, you get the pat on the back, you get a sticker and a fish cash, and then you also get to draw out of my prize bag. So the kids are really motivated to be on pink. Every day they come in, someone says, Mrs. Bowen, I'm going to be on pink today. And I'm just like, that's so great, good job. Now, the flip side of this is, if they start on green, if they start doing negative behaviors or things that I do not want to see, first of all, I give them a verbal warning because I believe that every student needs to have at least that one verbal warning. It shouldn't be one and done, no chances. So after the verbal warning, they clip down to yellow. For me, nothing happens at yellow. For some teachers, you might want to have a consequence attached to yellow depending on how much you use it. But for me, that's just a warning. Again, another warning. They've had a verbal warning, and now they've had a second clip chart warning. If they continue the behavior, they clip down to orange. For me, that means that they lose half of their recess. Depending on what the behavior is, I put teacher's choice, so I could take away the whole recess, but my general rule of thumb is orange is half of recess, or an equal consequence of some sort. If they continue doing that behavior, they'll clip down to red. Red, I've been lucky this year. I don't have to use red all that much, but it does happen. Red is you lose all of your recess, you lose all of your privileges for the day, and then I also make a parent phone call home. In several cases, red is extreme behavior, which warrants a trip to the office to talk with the dean as well. Now, what I like about this clip chart, some people do this differently. I believe if a child is a little bit wound up in the morning, they need a warning and then they need to clip down, I believe that they should have the chance to be able to clip back up. That's why I like this chart, because that way, if you mess up and make a mistake early on in the day, it's not like there is no way to bounce back from it, it's no way to come back from it. But at the same time, just because you have good behavior early on in the day does not make you scotch-free. If you start to kind of goof around and mess around and not listen, you might be able to clip down. So by the end of the day, I have several kids up, I have several kids down. It shows me a representation of how my class has behaved, and each student should be aligned to where their behavior is throughout the course of the day. A few questions you might have about the clip chart. First of all, I did not make it. I have no rights to the clip chart that is hanging up in my room. I got it for free off of Teachers Pay Teachers, and I will include the link to the PDF file on Teachers Pay Teachers down below so that the person who actually made it will get the credit for it. Second question you might ask is, how often do I clip kids up, clip kids down throughout the day? My answer is fairly frequently. Using this clip chart means more work for me as the teacher, because not only am I looking to stop bad behavior, I'm also looking to reward good behavior, and that's just twice as much monitoring as you would have to do if you were just looking for bad behavior. It's more work on my end. I believe it's 100% worth it because the kids who are doing well feel like you are noticing and feel like they are getting a reward of some sort for that. They feel proud of their behavior, whereas if you were ignoring the students who were doing a good job and just focusing on negative consequences, clipping down, then it's not as effective. So I spend a good portion of my time scanning the room for good behavior just as much as I spend my time scanning the room for bad behavior. My general rule of thumb is every time I clip someone down, I try to clip someone else up, so it kind of counteracts it. Not every time. If a kid jumps up and punches someone, of course I'm just going to clip them down and probably send them to the office. I'm not going to clip someone up for that. But if I'm looking around the room and they might be getting a little chatty, I'll generally, before I do any clipping down, I'll say, so-and-so, will you clip up? So-and-so, will you clip up? I love how you're working quietly. And sometimes that's all you need. You don't even have to clip people down. So I generally lead towards positive reinforcement before negative consequences, but I do think that there is a place for both. And that's why I like the clip chart, because it has both. If you have any other questions about the clip chart, how I use it, how I set it up, how the kids like it, anything like that, leave me a comment below and I will try to answer back as quickly as possible. I hope these were helpful, and thanks for watching.